Hello, everyone. We're live out here on Eastern Bay, Maryland's Chesapeake Bay. This is the Patricia Campbell oyster restoration vessel owned by the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. Their crew is on the deck deploying reef balls, which have been made through CCA Maryland's Living Reef Action Campaign. We have partners from throughout Central Maryland that supported these reef balls that are on the deck. The McDonough School, AstraZeneca, Carroll County Public Schools, and other partners in Central Maryland to help build these particular reef balls, which were trucked down earlier this week to go on board this vessel. The Patricia Campbell was custom made in Louisiana to do this work. On the bow here, you see a spreader, which spreads spaddle and shell. When this vessel is doing spaddle and shell deployment, the blue hydraulic rams you see will hold large containers of spaddle and shell and place them on to reefs. Notice there's a GPS antenna on the bow that allows them to make sure they know exactly where each deployment is going. Now you see some reef balls there. Each reef ball has a cable that goes through it, a pin which goes to the outside. The pin holds the cable. And when they're placed on the bottom and the cable is slacked, the buoy pulls the pin out from the loop, allowing the cable to be free of the reef ball. The reef balls stay on the bottom in that 4 reef ball pattern that you see. And in a moment, you'll see that the rig comes up to the surface. You'll see some images posted on our Instagram and other social media, as well as our emails, that will show you where this particular deployment is. You can also find some information about a deployment we did just about a year ago of 200 reef balls at this same location. It's a popular spot to recreational fish. Lots of charter fishing, live lining going on here throughout the summer. There's the rig popping to the surface. So now they'll tighten up the crane and come back around and get 4 more. And so what these reef balls are doing is replicating these little cluster reefs, these patch reefs, which are pretty common. Here throughout Eastern Bay, there's a massive oyster restoration effort going on. There's a balance of wild harvest areas here with a couple different types of gear. In fact, we just passed an oyster diver on the way out, and some dredge bottom just opened. The Oyster Recovery Partnership is working on enhancing certain bars and working with the industry in various places so that sanctuary aquaculture and wild fishery all have a place here in Eastern Bay. There's also Ferry Cove Shellfish Hatchery off in the distance there under the sun. And lots of different aquaculture operators all throughout this region because it's a great place to grow oysters and a great place to have a healthy ecosystem and a healthy reef. So the team from Chesapeake Bay Foundation is deploying about 160 of these reef balls today. And again, we'll be providing more information about where they are. And Hollicutts Noose is the reef site. It's the MARI program, the Maryland Artificial Reef Initiative. CCA is proud to be a partner with that, with the state of Maryland. Up at the helm is a DNR employee tracking the deployment and logging the necessary information. The vessel is also held in place by spuds. Right where that red buoy is now is the top of one. They're placed there all the way to the bottom, holding the vessel in place. So they have obviously a certain height or length that they can reach to the bottom. So the boat is limited to setting them down when there's a certain depth. In this reef site, if you look at the permit, you'll see that it says authorized clearance or authorized minimum 8 feet. So in this place, we're about 11, 12 feet in the northwest corner and as much as 30 feet in the southeast corner at this site. And so in this case, we're on the northern end in that shallower water, and those spuds are fully down. So precision placement. Every time a cluster is placed down, a new waypoint is put on the plotter, and all that information will be shared with you on a brand new map that we have coming very soon at ccamd.org. As you see at the bottom, visit our website to get more involved in our organization. All this work is being done by volunteer effort. So we bring these reef balls to the shoreline, put them on the deck of a marine contractor like Chesapeake Bay Foundation, have the state oversee this work. It's a great partnership. And as I always say, it's us building your next fishing spot. So thank you to all our sponsors and partners that have made reef ball building a big part of CCA's work for the last decade. This will be our last deployment in the mid-bay for 2025, but we will be looking to James Island to deploy some reef balls there before the year is up. We're just into the new year and then focusing on the Potomac as our priority as we start 2026. If you're a contractor and you're seeing this video and you're interested in talking to us about an opportunity for you, we'd love to hear from you. Information at ccamd.org is scrolling along the bottom. That's our email. Give us a shout. All right, folks, thanks for following along. Rinse and repeat here for the crew of the Patricia Campbell. Looks to be about 50 or so more reef balls to go. Signing off.